Hello everyone, Zendero Gaming coming at y'all with another video. In the previous Digimon video, I did go over a lot of the key cards coming out of the new set, which is going to be EX09 Versus Monster. This is going to feature a lot of cool art for Digimon being on these digital monster Digivice arts. And I wanted to, in this video, go over a little bit more of the set as a whole, right? But I'm going to be using digimoncard.dev. If anyone needs to use this site, I'll link it in the video below, or description of the video below. And this is where I kind of go to use all of, this is really where I build like all my decks and do everything I need to on Digimon. But getting into the set, we're going to scroll through. You can see these very cool, interesting arts on the cards, being these Digivices here, which is really, really cool. Now, I'm not going to touch on every card in the set, but I do want to touch on like the eggs, some key cards I think you need to look out for in the set. But we may just go through all of it, right? Like, there really is so many cool cards to go through. I am super excited about this set. And everyone should be. If you're a Digimon fan, you should be. We've already touched on these secret rares in the set, being the Chimeramon and the Machinedramon. Wow, this alt art for the Chimeramon looks so beautiful. Wow, that is really, really cool. The Machinedramon is the one that got the 2-star treatment there. Alt art for the Analog Youth looks sick. Anyways, I'm getting off of it, right? But getting into some of the cards, I think that one interesting card to go over is going to be your DM option card, and this is called File Island, which is really, really cool because if you played the game, you are very familiar with File Island. It is a use cost of 2. It has the art here from the original Digimon World game, which I do love so much. This map is a big part of, in my heart and my love for Digimon. In security, you get to play 1 play cost 5 or lower card with the DM trait from your hand to trash without paying the cost, which is really, really strong. Being able to get their on-play effects and it just being any DM level play cost 5 or lower. While you have no face-up security cards, you can ignore this card's color requirements. And then in security, all turns, all of your DM trait Digimon get 1000 DP for each of their face-down Digivolution cards. So just a generic boost your Digimon up, which is really, really good. In main, add the bottom card from your security to the hand, then place this card face-up as the bottom security. So giving you one last hoorah, putting this in your last life. Now all your Digimon for all turns are boosted 1000 for each of their face-down sources, and you're going to be doing training, to get sources in there. I think this is a really strong card, and that it is, your opponent does see this card, right? And they see that the last check they play, you're going to be able to play something from your trash or hand that is a play cost 5 or lower, which can, they can try to play around that the best they can, but I do think that this is a key card in the deck if you want to build a DM trait deck. Now, we already touched on the tamers from the set that are important in a lot of the level 5s, which will make this video a little bit easier. But let's get into one of the cool level 6s for the set, and this is going to be Titamon Ace. Titamon has always been one of my favorite Digimon in the game. He is, of course, from the version 4 Digivices. So Shaman DM version 4. Overflow 4, play cost 7, 12,000 DP, Digivolves for 4 on your purple, level 5, green level 5s, and then, just Digivolves for 3 on a DM trait for level 5 DM trait cost of 3. Blast Digivolve, it has Scapegoat as a keyword, which is really, really good. And then also it says, on play when Digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 or lower DM trait card from your trash without paying the cost. All turns, all your level 4 all your version 4 trait Digimon game blocker and retaliation. This seems to be a really, really good card. It is very generic, and the deck being a DM deck, letting you play your level 4 or lower DM trait cards from your trash, which you'll be doing a lot of trashing, and then giving all your version trait Digimon, version 4 trait Digimon blocker retaliation is really, really strong. So I like how all these cards are a little generic, but then also really, really good in their own decks. And coming into it, I gotta touch on Digitamamon. He is one of my favorite Digimon. Very funny here to see him getting chewed up in the mouth of a Greymon. He is an 8 play cost, 8,000 DP, Digivolves for 4 on a level 4 purple, or it Digivolves on a Nanimon, cost of 3, generic Nanimon, which is really cool. Staying with the lore there, Nanimon turning into a pretty strong Digimon. And then also just any DM trait cost of 4. Very interesting that DM trait cost is not reduced, but the Nanimon is. So maybe they're wanting you to play him in specifically just like a Nanimon. It is version trait perfect. It has Alliance as an inherited, which is a generic alliance, which I can see this helping out a lot of, purple decks who just want alliance in it. Same thing as our other level 5s. When any of your version 4 trait Digimon would Digivolve into this card, for each of their face down Digivolution cards, reduce the Digi cost by 1, and it has Scapegoat. So a little bit different, never mind, a little bit different, not the same as the just plain reduction, but really cool that you get to reduce to the Digivolution. And that's probably why they gave it a generic 4 cost here. Having Scapegoat is really, really good, and it also has when Digivolving, when attacking once per turn. By trashing this Digimon's bottom face-down Digivolution card, you may play one play cost 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. So you're really wanting to play this with the Titamon. You can tell here, getting these version 4 trait Digimon from the Digivices, you're able to rush down the board pretty fast, which is really, really cool. We also got a cool Skull Greymon in here, which I know a lot of people are really excited for. Like I said, I don't want to touch on every card, but we may be doing that depending on how long this takes us. I'm just obsessed with Digimon. This card is also treated as a level 4 for Chimeramon's Assembly, which is very, very important in the deck to give you another kind of level 5 to play with, but then it also gets treated as a level 4 for your Chimeramons, which is really, really strong. So you're going to want to play 4 of this in your Chimeramon decks. It Digivolves on top of level 4 DM trait for cost of 3, or just any purple level 4 for 3. It's on deletion. You may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon with the DM trait from your trash without paying the cost. So really, really good going into the purple, wanting to be kind of the recur your DM Digimon. He is a version 2, so it makes it a little bit harder to, go through with the Titamon, but that is fine. You're just going to try to maybe play with level 4 lowers to be from the version 4. And it says, on play, when Digivolving for each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, trash the top card of your deck, then you may return 1 DM trait Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Okay, that's really good. This Skull Greymon may go in every DM deck kind of build that you're playing then, right? Because this is free cycling. That's really, really good. And then on deletion, you may play 1 level 4 lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. I love this card. I'm glad I went over this one because this is super powerful. Definitely going to be one of the main cards, one of the main rares from the set that you're probably going to play 4 of in it. This is a really good card. We've seen the Devimon. It's just retaliation training. This is one of your level 4s. It Digivolves for 2. When attacking once per turn by placing your deck's top card face down this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon. For every 2 of this Digimon's face down Digivolution card, add 1 to this level's maximum. So this kind of fits into the game plan of Devimon in the games anyways. Like he deletes, he comes out and just bullies all the level 3 Digimon. And then also if you have another source underneath it, 2 sources, you can make it delete a level 4, and maybe even more, right? There might be some instances where you're able to get a lot underneath it and really start blowing some stuff up. I am going to just go through as many of these cards as I can. I'm going to try to keep this one under 30 minutes, so I'm going to go really, really fast, y'all. We have Digimon training on deletion. Delete one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon. That's pretty good. When Digivolve, when attacking, once per turn by placing 1 card in your hand face down this Digimon's bottom Digi card, draw a card. So free cycle. Digivolves for 2 on your generic DMs. It is version 5, so interesting to know that. I do remember Digimon coming out a little later. Magidramon was before him, I think. We have Ogremon from version 3 DM trait. Once per turn by placing 1 card in your hand face down this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, delete one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon. Wow, that's pretty good. When Digivolving, when attacking once per turn. So you can Digivolve, say you pass the turn, you still get to blow something up, and then after that, your opponent has to really... be wary of you playing this guy out and keep blowing up your level 4s. When attacking once per turn, draw 1 and trash 1. Very generic. Really good. It's looking like purple is a very consistent engine. And then, of course, we have Gazimon from the version 2 DM trait Retaliation Inheritable. This is the searcher for the deck. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 card with the DM trait to the hand and place 1 card with the version 5 trait face down as the bottom Digivolution card of any of your Digimon with the DM trait. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. That kind of sucks that it doesn't put it in the trash, but really interesting mechanic here to search for any DM, and then if you did get a version 5, you can then, put it face down as a source, which is pretty good. We already touched on the Abominamon core stuff. I will touch on the actual Abominamon, which is Assembly 6 with 4 Nagamons. 11,000 DP, 11 play cost, Digivolves for 3 on a level 5. On play, when Digivolve, level 5 black to be specific, if there are 4 more total Nagamons in your trash and your Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may play 1 Abominamon core from your hand or trash to your breeding area without paying the cost. Damn, that's pretty good. This thing's going to be annoying, I already know. End of all turns once returned by placing 1 level 6 or lower Digimon card with the Nagamon in its text from your trash. Is this Digimon's body Digivolution card? Delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon same level as place card. That is pretty good. Very good control-y, kind of cheat into some cool stuff deck that we see here. That is definitely going to be with the Eismon and Sound Birdmon package, letting you assemble all your Eismons together and then getting into the Abominamon, which is really, really good because this is the Eismon scatter mode that has, you can include as many copies in your deck as you want to. And it just says on play by trashing 1 card with Nagamon, and it's text from your hand, draw 2 cards, which is really, really good. I think you're going to see a lot of people playing the Abominamon decks. Now, getting to one of my favorite Digimon, I like Andromon. Really excited to see Andromon, get put into this, and we have a new High Andromon, who I think is a Digimon that is slept on in the lore of the games. He is a very important Digimon for the Digivices, being one of the cool ones that you can get in version 3 DM Digivices, and then just being a really iconic Digimon, I think, that has been slept on in the card game, but in the video games and the lore, he is really, really strong and very important. 12,000 DP, 7 play costs, Ace, goes on your black and yellow level 5s for Digivolution cost of 4, or any generic DM trait for cost of 3. It has Blast Digivolving, and then on play, when Digivolving by placing 1 8,000 DP or lower Digimon card as the bottom security card, trash your opponent's top security card. That is so good. You can place one of their Digimon or your Digimon, it doesn't matter. I think that this High Andromon may be a good cause. Don't hate me. Don't hate the messenger, but I think that this card could help bring back security controls. I think I have a buddy, one of my good buddies, who likes to play security control, and I think that this card helps you really abuse the security mechanic because you can just hard play these High Andromons, take your Digimon that have security effects to play themselves back out, and keep doing that over and over and over and over again, and I think that this will help out security control players. Y'all have something to all, come together with. If I gave you the idea for it, comment in the video and tell everyone can blame me for it, right? But all turns once returned when any of your version 3 trait Digimon would leave the battle area by trashing your top security card, they don't leave. So really good too, because you can run some of those cards that say when they're trashed from security get said so effect. It will be interesting to see how players decide to build this deck. But I think the main thing, this effect is really, really cool and can be abused in some of those mechanics, but it needs probably a little bit more support. I think just being able to place that Digimon at the top, bottom of security and trashing it is just so good. We've already touched on the Metal Mamimon. This is going to be our Mamimon, which is our version 1. When attacking once per turn, digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, which is so strong. It has collision also, 773, what we've seen from all the other level 5s. Digivolves for 3 on DM, which was what we've seen, but this one is more generic, just being any DM. And then on play, when Digivolve reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, you may play 1 play cost 4 lower DM trait card among them without paying the cost for each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards. Add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum. That's pretty good. It just has to be any DM trait. So, like, a lot of these are very generic, and then other ones are very specific. But the Mamimon is going to be really, really good. We have Raremon here from version 5. We got him later in the game. He also has Cyborg in the trait. On deletion, digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, which is really, really cool. I love the art here because he had one of the, like, hardest arts on the Digivices. You can tell right here in the bottom, like, you're like, who is this? And you, like, find out later it's the Raremon, or you see that it's Raremon, and it just is a very, they're very simple with those arts, but he has one of the more iconic, like, horrible arts where you can't really, like, tell what that is. It just looks like a mess, which is what he is, right? 3,000 DP, 3 play cost for a level 4 is notable, and Digivolves for 2 on black level 3s or any DM trait. End of your turn, once per turn, by placing 3 Digimon cards at the version 5 trait from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. It may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 5 trait in the hand or trash. But you still have to pay the cost. Huh, very interesting here. I'm not sure how well that synergizes with stuff because it has to be a version 5 trait. We do have the rare Raremon, who is just an undead and has no trait. This is more of a generic, I think, for Abadamon. Doesn't really do anything for that deck, which is a little interesting, right? You're going to have to pick and choose which level 5s you want to run. Very interesting. Who are you trying to play with that? I could just be missing it, but I don't know how good that part is. Maybe I'm just missing something here. You guys let me know in the comments below how that makes it very good. 3 Digimon with the version 5 trait from your trash face down. And then it may Digivolve into one in the hand or trash. I know we have him. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Maybe we get through the set a little bit more. We got Monochromon. It is a blocker inheritable. 4,000 DP, 4 play cost. Digivolve for 2 on generic DM trait or black level 3. It has training, which is really good. And a really good effect here. On play, when attacking, not once per turn, by placing 1 card from your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Okay, this was pretty good because it gives you that generic blocker inheritable that is coveted in black decks, and then also just when attacking, boom, play something, de-digivolve, play something, de-digivolve, play something, de-digivolve, and now you're putting sources in your Digimon to have some face-down sources. It is your version 4. I can see this Monochromon being really, really good. We got more poop support. We do have Numemon and Sukamon in this set, and they both have blocker inheritable, the same stats of 3,000 DP, 3 play costs, Digivolve for 2. End of your turn, once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards with version 1 trait from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. It may Digivolve into a Digimon with the version 1 trait in the hand or trash, but not ignoring costs or requirements, right? So you have to be a version 1. That is something that you want to be able to do. But we have some really, really good targets being like the Mamemon and some other cool things. The Sukamon, like I said, same stat lines across, but end of your turn, once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards with version trait from your trash face down. This Digimon's body Dilution cards. It may Digivolve into a Digimon card with version 3 trait in the hand or trash. So both of these being very, very specific in which ones you can get, but being very generic cards to like kind of help you get into them really quick. And I can see that package being pretty good. I'm going to come back to the Wind Guardians. I kind of want to keep touching on all of the DM trait stuff first. So we got a version 5 X Tyrannomon. It Digivolves on the Raremon, so this is where it's coming into play with the Raremon. And also Digivolves on any of your DMs for 4 or a green, level 4, 4, 4. It has Fortitude, which is really good. Another Fortitude target is awesome. And it has Tyrannomon in the name, so you may be able to play this in your Tyrannomon decks. It says all turn once per turn when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash their top security. Really, really good. Puppet trait, DM version 5. And it says on play, when Digivolve and suspend when your opponent's Digimon. Then, by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest DP to the hand. That's not bad. That's not bad. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Trash the bottom face down. Return one of their suspended Digimon with the lowest DP to the hand. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good, for sure. We have our Dark Tyrannomon, which is version 5. This art is sick. He's coming out of the green version 5 Digivice here, looking like a menace. Super cool. I love the art on these cards. It has training, Digivolves for 2, 5/5 stat line at the top. On deletion, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. That's pretty good. On play, when Digivolving, you may place 1 card from your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card for each of this Digimon's face down. Digivolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your Digimon may not attack your opponent's. Then one of your Digimon may attack your opponent's Digimon. That's pretty good. Get to suspend multiple things, and then if you did pass turn, you could hard play this guy and then swing something into it if you really had to. Really good. We have our Kawagamons. These cards are so strong. Piercing version 4, 4, 4, 2 to Digivolve. It has training and on play when attacking by placing 1 card from in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Suspend when your opponent's Digimon. It can't unsuspend in their next unsuspend phase. If they only can ever keep 1 body down, this Kawagamon keeps it tapped forever. Because when attacking, you can just keep placing a card in your hand to keep making that card. It can't unsuspend during the unsuspend phase, which is really, really strong. We have our Kabuterimon trainer. It has training, 5/5 stat, Digivolve for 2. When attacking, once per turn, suspend when your opponent's Digimon. Pretty good. And then on play, when Digivolving by placing 1 card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Suspend when your opponent's Digimon. It can't unsuspend their next unsuspend phase. So a lot of stunning potential with green here. Pretty good for sure. We have our Palmon from version 4, of course, the red Digivice. When attacking once per turn, a generic when attacking once per turn to suspend something. Pretty good. Maybe you can see this come up in your Rosemont decks because it's still a vegetation. But the searching effect is just reveal the top 3, add 1 DM trait to the hand, and place 1 of your version 4 trait face down as the bottom digital card of any of your DM trait. Return the rest to the bottom. So not bad searcher and not bad there. We do have the Kunmon from version 3, the purple Digivice piercing, and it has training. Very good, very generic, really, really cool. We have an Edamon from version 3, 8 stats, Digivolves for 4, or on top of a Sukamon for a cost of 3, or generically any DM trait. So this is going to probably be the one you want to play in the new Poop deck. I don't know if they all kind of translate to the old Poop decks, but we will see that. It has when any of your version 3 trait Digimon would Digivolve into this card, for each of their face down Digivolution cards, reduce Digivolution cards by 1. It just always has security tap +1, which is really, really good. All turns once per turn, when your security stat is removed from one of your opponent's Digimon, gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn, which is pretty good too. This kind of lines up with the High Andromon, right? The inheritable. So now this makes a little more sense. You keep when your Digimon alive, minus something, minus 4,000, or just whenever they swing and they remove something from your stat, right? Now something has minus 4,000, and it may stop their plays. And it has when Digivolve when attacking once per turn by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down digital card, recover 1. Oh my god, that is pretty good. It's just when attacking and when Digivolving. And you have ways to keep giving it sources. This Edamon gonna be a key card as well. In the decks, going to be very interesting. Probably maybe running the High Andromon with that package, with the Numemon Sukamon package to kind of do some really interesting plays. Very excited to see that. Oh man, the art on this Andromon is so cool doing his move. I forgot what that move is that he does. It's not Giga Blaster because that's Spittle Greymons, but very, very cool. I'm blanking on what that one is. Catastrophe Cannon, maybe? I can't remember. No, that's the other guy. But we have Andromon 7/7 stat line. I think that we did talk about him in the other video. It has blocker. It does the reduction cost. Gives something minus 3,000 and another minus 2 for each face down in the sources. Really good card, giving you that blocker inheritable. We have Unimon, the really cool Mythical Beast DM version 3 trait. 4/4 stat, 2 to Digivolve. It has training when attacking once per turn, inheritable to give something minus 2,000 for the turn. And then also when Digivolving when attacking once per turn by placing 1 card from your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. If you have as many or fewer security cards as this Digimon has face down Digivolution cards, recovery +1. If you have as many or fewer, so say you do training again, to put something, so you'd be at 3, you get to recover 1. So if you're just low on life, you get to recover, and it's when attacking, right? So you can keep redoing that, which makes it a little more relevant later into the game. Pretty good. We got the Nanimon from version 4, the red one. He is here drinking some cola and eating some meat, which we know is what he loves to do. And Palmon, his buddy, hanging out with him. Digivolves for 2 on the DM trait. Your turn, all your opponent's security get minus 3,000, which is pretty good. I think I would like this a little bit better if he said, all turns when a security is removed from all your opponent's Digimon get minus 3,000. Something like that, or one of their Digimon gets minus 3,000. Because this doesn't seem to really fit into what you're trying to do in the deck. Because minus 3,000, all your guys are pretty small. You're not going to be really living, right? But it just says the same thing as the Poop guys to place, at the end of your turn, placing 3 Digimon card with version trait as its face down sources. It may Digivolve into a Digimon card version trait in the hand or trash, but you do not get to ignore the Digivolution requirements. We have an Angemon, which is from version 2, the white Digivice. I always like the aesthetic of that one. On deletion, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, recovery +1. So here we go, another security control card going to help out those security card players. 5/5 stat line, Digivolve for 2, training, and then on play when Digivolving by placing 1 Digimon card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. BDC. I'm going to have to start shortening this. Digimon's BDC. Give one of your opponents security minus 1. And minus 3 DP until their turn. Pretty good. Digivolve gets something minus a security and minus the 3,000 is really, really good. We got Airdramon has barrier inheritable training, 5/5 stat line, Digivolve for 2 when attacking once per turn by placing your deck's top face down card as this DB card to one of your opponent's Digimon. Give minus 2,000 DP for the turn for each of this Digimon's FDD cards, face down Digivolution cards. Okay, so just another way to neg some stuff. I don't know how much I like that one. We have our Patamon from version 3. Very interesting that Patamon was in version 3 and not in version 2, which makes it a little interesting, right? From those Digivices. Getting the Angemon without getting the Patamon. Barrier Inheritable. This is the Searcher, letting you get the DM trait or version 3 into your sources. Really good. And we have a Lekmon, one of my favorite Digimon. I love the Lekmon. I love getting him in the games. He is from version 2. It's the same thing. Your opponent's security get minus 3,000, and it just has the generic training, which is really good. We have a sick art for Omnimon Ultra S, but I'm trying to stay on the DM train. Man, it's going to make it hard without touching on the Omnimon because we got to touch on these Garurumon cards. I'm going to come back to those. Like I said, I want to just focus on mainly DM stuff, and I'll touch on all these specific things. We do have, you know, a Garurumon who is training and has jamming inheritable. You can place one card from your hand, FD face down, bottom Digivolution card for each of its face down Digivolution cards, trash one card for your opponent Digimon. So you get to trash their sources. It has jamming inheritable. The jamming inheritable is what makes it so good, and it also has training. We got Betamon. I loved Betamons, fighting so many Madoki Betamons in Digimon World 1 at the start of the game. Training, jamming inheritable is OP. We have Gizamon, a 1/3 Digivolve for free, of course. When attacking once per turn, trash the bottom Digimon card of one of your opponent's Digimon. Very generic, and it has the training inheritable. We also got our version 2 Gabumon with jamming. Lets you search the top 3 for the DM and tuck a version 2 as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your DM trait Digimon. We have Tuskmon at level 4 red. Tuskmon has not got a lot of love in the card game either, I think, right? He is a pretty popular Digimon from back in the day, but maybe not seen as much limelight recently. It is a 4/4 stat line Digivolve for 2. It has Raid as a generic inheritable dinosaur. So this is going to help out. I'm giving you guys a tip out there. Throw this in your the dark star guy. What's his name? What's the Digimon's name? The Ceratopsian dragon guy. He's going to give you raid in your sources now, which is kind of busted for that deck. If you've ever been beaten by that deck, it feels really, really bad. I am just blanking on his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Place the 5 dragon swords and Ceratopsians. This guy goes in that deck. Do it and thank me later. But it has training, the raid generic inheritable, which is insane. When Digivolve when attacking once per turn by placing one card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 TP. Not a bad stat, but definitely the raid inheritable is what makes it so good. Obviously, we have our Greymon here. The your turn 2,000 DP boost. Training 5/5. Stat line Digivolve for 2. And then when attacking once per turn by placing your deck's top card face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. This Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP for each of its face down Digivolution cards until your opponent's turn ends. So he keeps that boost. Going to be really, really strong. Flexing here on your opponent's turn. Really, really good. One good thing to note is it takes it from your deck and not your hand, which is so strong. Obviously, version 1. We have our Agumon from version 1. It's a DM Reptile, your turn, just a generic 2,000 DP boost, which is really good. This is your searcher for your DMs, and then lets you get your version trait in the sources. And then we have our version 4 Biomon, the coveted red Digivice. I feel like is a lot of people's favorite color. Mine is definitely that purpley color. I like that one the most. Honestly, the white one was my least favorite. But we have Raid in the Heritable, which is absolutely crazy. God, it's so good. And it just has training, a generic training on there. Really good card. But I do want to touch on the eggs. Like I said, this video is getting a little longer. We have a Pagumon, which is your version 5. They all go through. We have the Tanimon, which is your version 4. We have our Tokumon, which is a version 3. We have our Sunomon, which is your version 2 egg, of course. And then Koromon, your version 1, all each respectively giving you cool stats depending on what version you are trying to focus around the most, so making the decks very, very versatile, but you do have to be in whatever version they are to get these effects, which makes you, your egg will tell the story about what your deck's trying to do for the most part, right? That is, the video. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. I will touch on some of these other key cards later, like the Omnimon, the Garurumons, and stuff like that. And I already kind of touched on the puppet stuff, but I do want to make a separate video kind of doing maybe a deck profile for the Winged Guardians. But I appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. Please leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what cards y'all are most excited for in this set. For me, it's definitely probably, there's so many good ones, but I love Andromon. I want to make Andromon work. So I'm probably going to build some some kind of Andromon deck with this, and then obviously building Machine Dramon and Chimeramon deck for sure because I love Analog Youth and Analog Man. But that is the video. I appreciate it, guys. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Peace.